Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first episode of Women in Tech. And today I'm glad to have Prerna with me. So before proceeding, let me tell you. So Women in Tech is one of the initiative that we are going to run, and here we are going to invite good women who are working in the tech industry, and they can be inspirations to the other female or other aspiring female candidate. So we thought to start this Women in Tech initiative. Here we will be welcoming female persons who are working in the tech industry. And today we are having Prerna with us. So let me give you a little intro about Prerna. So Prerna works as SDE2 at Microsoft, and she is having near to 5 years of experience in this software industry. And she has worked with multiple companies like Inquero, IBM, and CGI. Am I correct, Prerna?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to have you. So let me hand over to you. Will you please give us a little intro about yourself, your journey, from which college you graduated, and your interest, and a brief intro about yourself. Over to you, Rena.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ankur, for giving me this opportunity to come here and share my experiences with you all. And coming to myself, like I have never been so techie before. So I had never even tried for IITs and all before in my life. Like nobody inspired me at that time. I belonged to a place called Patna. So there was like nobody inspired me. So then I thought of some friend of mine told me like you have to do engineering. She called me up and she said कि प्रेरणा तुझे engineering तो करनी ही है. So because of her I got this chance. So I told my father like I'm interested in doing engineering because there was no option at that time, and I wanted a job very badly. So I have thought like this is one of the easiest option to get a job. And so he said like, okay, I'll give you an admission in engineering, but the only thing is you have to go in a girls college.
Okay.
So I said, okay, fine. I have to get out from Patna and I have to explore everywhere. And so I said, okay, fine. I'll go outside. So I selected Jaipur. So I graduated from a college called RCW, which is a women college, Rajasthan College of Engineering for Women. So there, when I got admission, I had no understanding about what is C++, anything.
Right.
And my schooling like was good, and so I was like little bit conscious about the exams. So throughout the year I wasn't able to study at all. Okay. But in the last when C came, like for the first time, I don't have any idea. So in school we do not much focus on, like in computer we used to think like, okay, pass to ho jayega, aise kind
Right.
of attitude. Correct.
Right.
So C was very tough. So there was star pattern. So I asked one of my senior in M.Tech first year, Didi, how I'm gonna, solve this question. So she helped me out with for loop. And that was the first time I encountered with for loop. And it was like maths. And I was like, I just love math. I always score like good in maths in my school time. So I felt like it's like a game or maybe math. So I started going through the program. So in the starting of my career, starting of my college journey, I got one book from my teacher and I literally mugged up all the program just to pass the exam. And I started understanding it. Like, okay, after this will happen. After this can be the... So by third year, I believe like I was able to solve any kind of star pattern or pattern programming and everything. So my interest was more toward Java. And somebody said in my, when I was traveling back to my hometown, like, Java karoge to ho jayega placement. So my focus was on placement. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do Java. I started going through Java. And because of the placement and so my main approach was like, I will go with Java and my life will be with Java and all. I was so curious for Java.
Right.
Then later point of time, some uncle of mine who was working in the US, so he suggested there is a new technology called big data. So I was an experimental person. So I said, okay, fine. I said my father, like, Papa, I have to do a course of big data, which was going in HPES. Like HP was, and at that time, back to 2015, big data was so new and so popular. So I have done the course of big data. And then I came across, when I was doing this training, so I came across some very good people from IITs and ITs, and some of then I came to know about HackerRank, Hackers, where in my college nobody used to know about those things.
Right.
I started practicing it, and later point of time, I just my brother called me and said, like, my placement to college, I did not get placement because the placement was very bad at that time, especially in Jaipur. So I went to Bangalore, and I started searching offline jobs. So I got many job opportunity from Cognizant, IBM, where I joined my first company, and Tech Mahindra, and some of the companies like Atra Infotech and Softtech. So I chose to be with IBM. So I started my career with IBM. So there I told, like, I am interested. So someday I'll one more story. Sorry to
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. So I was doing some coaching. So my brother suggested me to do some coaching. So while coming back, suddenly I thought, like, every development is done. I guess we cannot develop something new. But in market, like, data is increasing. Somehow this thought came. And I said, like, I will be like, just, my thought was getting a placement, like that kid. So data will be always there. Like, it will increase day by day. So the security of job will be for
Always
data.
right.
Yeah. So and luckily I got Informatica Power Center in IBM. So I was interested. Somebody told me, like, SAP is good. So I was very disappointed because I did not get SCP. Okay. And I felt like, oh my God, what Informatica is. But when I started going for Informatica, it was similar like big data, what training I have done.
Right.
So I started doing Informatica. I learned Unix. In the starting, when I joined, my senior, her name is Megha. So Megha told me to, just go through the Unix program. And some of my other senior, her name was Meenu. So she said, like, she literally taught me how to go through Unix scripts. So this is how I was. So that was kind of support I have done there. Like, mostly application support was there. So next, when I moved to CGI, when I was in IBM, it was like Informatica Power Center. When I moved to, but my interest was like, I have to go to big data. So I got an opportunity in CGI where I started working on, like, Python, big data, and everything. So in the initial days, and I moved from Pune to Hyderabad. So initial day was, everything was very different. So it was very tough for me. So I just learned everything. Kafka. I never heard about what is Kafka.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And then I thought, like, it was very tough to, develop unless you don't know the things.
Right.
Okay, correct. So I just saw one video. So people basically used to make some videos. So I just understood, like, okay, how how the application was deployed in CGI. So I understood, like, Docker, and then Kafka, Python, and everything, big data and everything. So this is how my interest started. In that, I went through, I just go through each and every terminology which was used there, and done some in the COVID. I just done all the courses, AWS and all that. It was, my idea was just to, understand the test the water. Like, until I'm not testing the water, how I will decide, like, where I have to go.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
So this is how. Then I moved to a startup in Quero. There I got very good people, very techie people.
Yeah, Inquiry very known for the big data and all the projects that they have. Yeah.
Yeah, so the people were very, very nice there. They it was a small, when I joined, it was like 800 people. So I was like very much reachable to my director. His name is Ram Trivedi. So I just used to call him and say, like, Sarji aisa ho gaya, Sarji waisa ho gaya. So he is like very nice. So everybody supported me. And of course, and I'll give a shout out to my husband. He is in Java development, and he is very, very good. Means
this too I'm hearing whenever we connect, the importance of your husband and how he supports. I'm really glad that whenever we connect, you always talk about him. Yeah,
yes,
really nice.
He is very techie, I will say.
Yeah.
He literally helped me out everywhere. We sometimes discuss, like, when I was giving interview for Google. So there was a question asked. So I just discussed him. But so he just gave me a broader view. Okay, because he's like little bit senior as compared to me. So we just discussed the question with each other, and this is how like so finally when I was in like, so my mindset was I wasn't able to crack like any FAANG or thing, so I wanted to go for FAANG. Okay, if for everybody. So I wanted to. So I just resigned from my company, last company, and I said like again my in inquiry I called my director Ram Trivedi. I said, "Sir ji, मैं resign करने को phone किया." He said, "Why? For which company you are resigning?" I said, "I am resigning for Mindtree." So he said, "Why you are resigning? You can stay here. You are very good resource. You can stay here. We really appreciate you. क्या चाहिए तुमको?" So I said, "I have one interview for Paytm and Microsoft on Monday." So he said, "Microsoft में हो जाएगा तो तुम चले जाना. I will not रोकेगा तुमको." तो I said, "ठीक है सर जी, ऐसा चलेगा." And then I got Microsoft. I gave many interview for Walmart and Paytm. So Paytm interview was quite good. Intuit was quite good. I have given many interviews. So I have cleared this Walmart and this Microsoft. So I called my, the same director.
The same mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
मेरा Microsoft हो गया, अब तो मैं जा रही हूँ. So I was very happy. Everybody was very happy. And finally, I landed up here. So this is what like a very long story and
Yeah,
journey.
not but a very inspiring story. So the thing I can relate much means my route is also there in from Bihar. So those who don't know, Bihar is a very remote state and very underdeveloped state in India.
Especially
And
at that time, I guess back 25
Right.
years or something. Yeah.
Right. So I was also having. So I completed my school from Sainik School. So in my summer vacation, I used to come to my hometown, and I used to find there were girls from DAV. That's very good schools. DAV.
I am
DPS.
also from DAV.
Yeah. So DAV and DPS, those girls were really brilliant with math and other things. But when I look back, I think out of, let's suppose 100% girls, there are only 20% of the girls who are really making into industry. It happens because parents are not willing to send their child to some good cities or something. They are very much fearful about that. So yeah, and this mentality has to change. I hope if some parents are listening, then they should consider and they should inspire from your journey that if girls given chance can make wonders and can do wonderful things in her life. So it's like, if I can say, they were brilliant girl. So one name was Priksha and one was Sakshi. So they were brilliant. And only some of them actually made to the industry and doing some work. Now some of them are married and just a housewife. So it is not, I'm not saying it is a bad thing, but they were having potential to do more. But as parents were not willing to send. That was the first things when I was in class 11th and 12th that I felt that there is problems going on. Actually, there are problems going on. The second, I can relate when you said that your parents actually send you to Bangalore because from college, the placement was not there.
Correct.
I think out of 80% of tier 3 college does not have the placement.
Correct.
And I found that those who are willing to move to cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad and try to at least give 6 months of their time to find a job, they actually lands up into good job. And what I have observed that not they only land up in the jobs because they have struggled that much in these cities now after their college for finding a job. They get to know about very good courses. They are aware that which courses is good, which courses is bad, and they go through good courses and they practice a lot and they land up into good company. So that's another thing that we should convey to parents, that if someone is not got placement because the college condition is actually not good, then support their child and send him or her to cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad and Noida or Gurgaon, and just give her some time, 3 or 4 months, help her to go through some courses, and this can do the wonder. Yeah. So
Correct.
yeah, these are some of the things. And one more thing. So you talked about your husband. So let me tell you my experience. So now whenever I'm meeting any leaders in the industry, out of 10 leaders, actually 5 or 6 are from ThoughtWorks. ThoughtWorks,
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening in ThoughtWorks, but the amount of techie that they are, it's like above level. So most of the leaders that I meet, those who are in the tech industry, and So ThoughtWorks are at another level. They don't pay that much, but the amount of knowledge a person who is working in ThoughtWorks is really nice. Okay, so this is about the journey. So let's move to the funnier part now. So how is your life in Microsoft now? Means are you enjoying? I called you one day, then you said there are lots of party going on. So will you like to
Yes.
talk about it?
Yes, so the life is very, very chill. So I was like, actually, I'm meeting some of my colleagues. So they are
Uh-huh.
coming from Amazon also. Okay. They
Mm-hmm.
were two of my very good friends. They came from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So they said like the culture of Amazon as well as Microsoft, they have seen. So they said like Microsoft is very, very chill.
Mm-hmm.
And the people, I guess, what you are means,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, I'm like little bit spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
So they said like, क्या आप ग्रहण करते हो ग्रहण as in like what you are absorbing, either it
Mm-hmm.
is food, either
Mm-hmm.
it is people, vibe, or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
you should be very careful and cautious what you are having, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
what kind of people you are meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So the same vibe will go inside you. So
Right.
I will say like I'll just say like my manager, she's really, and the manager, my manager's manager is also, so the main thing is my manager's manager, he
Mm-hmm.
had that one-to-one with us when we joined, and he said like, I have just had a culture here and I want you to retain the same culture,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so that we should be caring toward each other, and it
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be like that fakeness, like how
Right.
are you well or not, like
Mm-hmm.
we are calling anybody and asking like, are you well, and then like, okay, if you're not well also, can you give me the updates or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is like, I find it like little bit inhuman, and I will say I have seen some people who are
Mm-hmm.
also taking undue advantage of like being feverish if they are not. So
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing like that. It's like the equation between me and my manager and my colleagues are very good. We
Mm-hmm.
literally share a very good bond with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, since the time I joined, last week was hackathon for us. So
Mm-hmm.
also in hackathon na, we so my everybody from my home is calling, "Hey, are you working or not?" Everybody's on Instagram posting me like, are you working or not? So we had like a treasure hunt,
Mm-hmm.
we have different kind of salsa
Mm-hmm.
and everything going on. And
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, you have many things you can do in Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft literally support helping NGOs, anybody in the need. So these kind of the culture what they retain is quite good. If you will feel you are in college, you are
Mm-hmm.
with your family, you will not feel left out. If when I shifted here now, all my friends left, either they got married or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very scared, like, okay, how I will stay in Hyderabad, all my friends are in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not at all feeling. I was like, every single day they will have some plan, and there are like 40 people in my team, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
always come up together and do some kind of, party, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can go for bowling, and they will
Mm-hmm.
include everybody. It's not like there is single group. They'll
Mm-hmm.
post in a group like whosoever. So Friday we have a party, and Saturday they were going for bowling, so they are calling us. So all the time you'll not feel left out. In the office also, everybody is like, let's go, we'll play TT and all.
Mm-hmm.
So work wise also it's good, and you can chill. You need not to be dependent on anybody, call anyone. You have the family
Yeah.
with whom you're working with.
Right. Means that's the reason I posted one post on LinkedIn, and I tried to convey that why somebody should work hard to get into good company. It's not always about money. So money you can always get if you do the freelancing also. If you go do some work outside India, then also you can get. But if you work little hard, like work on DSA, work on SQL, on the basic, and if you
Correct,
work,
correct.
then you got into a company, a product-based company or good companies, then
Yes.
cultural differences are also there. The amount of support, the infra, the HR, good HR support, good infra support.
Yeah.
See, I think everything depends upon the probability and statistics. So there is more, there is the greater chances that your teammate will be better, and the toxic culture will be much lesser. So yeah,
Correct.
that's the benefit of working with a product-based company, and one should always opt for that. So, okay, so we were talking about specific about the life. Let's move little bit technical. So, Prerna, you were into data engineering field. I think from last 5 years, you have also seen the transitions from Informatica moving to the big data, Spark, and then you also experienced that how end-to-end pipelines are work like CI/CD,
Correct.
Kafka, and every other things. So will you like to talk about a little bit about data engineering according to you, what's its future and what one should learn to get into the data engineering domain? And if somebody is not doing what data engineering is, then will you like to explain in a very layman terms and the simple roadmap if you can give to land into good company like Microsoft?
Okay. So first of all, like engineering, like to, make something. Okay. And data means if you're having data, you have to do something with data, first of all. And everybody used to say like there are three basic job roles in data. That is data analyst, data scientist, and data engineering. So many people are calling me and asking, can I go for data scientist wala course? Can I go with data scientist wala course? So let me clear one thing, and I'm saying this to thousands of people till now, and I don't know. So I have seen one video of a guy who was in Google right now. So they are saying like, the data engineer are the gist behind data scientist and data analyst. So the roles are very different. So data scientist will be doing the AI ML thing and write a program, to find kind of recommendation system. I'm not saying anything. So that is one job role if you're interested in that. And second thing is data analyst, like creating a graph and all. What I know, I mean, using Power BI and all. Data engineering is like it's like our work is like I have seen in LinkedIn, like a plumber taking the data from one pipe to getting out the data from the same pipe, source and sink. Yeah. So it's like we have lot of data. And we have to filter out the data and find out the cleaner data. That's what data engineering is. You can say like some incident happened, like let's say Sushant Singh Rajput wala incident. So many news are coming, but we don't know which is correct or not. So we are extracting the data, every data. We are taking all the news. We are just checking like transformation is like checking which data is like which news is right. Which we can say something like anything about him, which is not relevant. Okay, we are just filtering out those things and doing some changes, and then we will be sending it to the channel, maybe some channel. Okay, that's what I will say. So that is what data engineering is. Till now, my understanding is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Very, very much correct.
Correct.
Data engineering is like is the middle part of. It's like getting data from multiple sources, you do some transformations needed, and then
yes,
put it
whether you can do it from Informatica, Spark or anything. Okay, even Hadoop is also doing the same thing using HQLs. Okay, so the main thing is, so the first thing what I will say to learn. First of all, you have to be very clear about which role you want. Either you can go with data engineering or data scientist. It's all three jobs. Okay, first of all. Second thing, I want to clear to everybody the job roles of data engineering is much because we have lot of data to deal with. And if there is 5 data engineer in one company, so there could be one data scientist for 5 people. So, but the courses are so many. Like Great Lakes are giving, and then IntelliPat is giving, and many IITs and everything for data scientists. So it's not like my job role is different. Okay, first of all, and the second thing. Some people are calling me and saying like I'll go through this roadmap. So first of all, you have to understand like what exactly. Like let's say somebody is still doing data stage and all, and they are doing courses for big data. So I'm not saying big data, you don't do courses for big data, but right now you have to be very relevant to the market. Okay, so in market what is happening, so most of the people are not very much going to the legacy system or the on-premise data.
Very much changing.
Everybody is moving towards cloud. So going to and learning big data and then Spark and then cloud, it will take another 6 to 8 months of time. And by the time I will feel like for an engineer don't have the patience. At least I don't have that patience for a year to stay. And by the time I don't know what will be the time relevant to market. Okay. So I suggest some people like whosoever is in Informatica or data stage and all, they can directly jump the same to Snowflake. Snowflake is giving very good. Snowflake is very nice in the market, relevant to market. And those who are in big data, they can move to Spark and Snowflake. And AWS, Azure, GCP and all. So this is what my understanding is. Okay. So this is what I want to say about data engineering. So you do not just blindfolded, follow any step.
Take any course, you should be at least clear that what you want to do.
At least you have to talk to some of your mentors,
Right.
and or maybe go through. So nowadays, see, like Ankur, you are having the channel, so you are also inspiring many people. So you just go through, just blindfoldly. Do not enroll for the courses. They are taking 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh.
Right.
And which is like, I don't feel like it's I, at least personally, I did not do any kind of certification, any kind of courses like that. Yeah, that's what.
Means you rightly said, means one should know that what's their strength. If they are whenever I talk to my friends and try to convey that a course cannot teach you at a greater strength. So your work will teach you at a greater extent. So the amount of work that you really do will matter a lot in long time. So let's suppose if you are working in Informatica or something, just don't change the whole trajectory. Just try to check. So let's suppose you want to you go through the Snowflake. There are lots of pre-available things. Or let's suppose you go to Apache Spark, learn the Apache Spark. After that, if you feel like I should do some courses and invest something, nothing bad. Because investing on yourself is a much better thing. If you are paying some courses, you are investing on yourself. It's not actually wrong. You are actually investing on yourself. If you feel like that there is some gap still needed, because there are certain jobs which are very much support in nature, like they don't do the code and as such, and there is gap created in certain amount of time in years. So if we want that I should fill that gap, then you should go through some courses. But firstly, try to make your basic clear. When I say basic, then SQL, I feel SQL is very much needed, because so when I say SQL, so every other technology that we have in big data, like Apache Spark, Snowflake, BigQuery, Athena, any other things, are actually made with respect to how SQL works. Means how
very, very right.
Yeah. Everywhere we will be doing the group by on which join we should apply, left join, right join. You write through code. You write through a Spark data frame code. It doesn't matter. The thinking skills is same. So if someone is good with the SQL, and if you can think from SQL, I'm not saying to learn SQL, I'm thinking think from SQL. If someone can think from SQL, then it's very easy to get into the big data.
Very, very, very right. Very right. Actually, I'll tell you one story of mine, a very small story. So when I was in CGI, I had a friend, very good friend of mine. She was in IBM with me, and then later moved to this. So when she asked me, she was doing some course, and I really suggested her. She asked me like, how you cleared Enquero. So I said like, you can go with SQL. Okay, SQL is the mother of everything.
Right.
So I think she thought like I'm giving a wrong suggestion or something. I don't know. I still say the same thing. Like, if you want to clear any interview in data engineering, data itself means the basic. Like for any programming, you just need to understand the mother, that is C. If you understand C, then you can learn any language.
Right.
The same way, if you know SQL, then you can do Spark, anything. SQL should be the mother.
Right.
So first of all, for any data engineer, I'll give a very good suggestion. If you want to start any data thing, you have to be at least good with joins and group by things.
Group and Windows functions also, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct. So functions also, like we later, first of all, at least you should know like different type of joins and all.
Right.
Like, at least basics. Yeah.
Right.
Then in advance, they can go with moving average and windowing function. Yeah.
Right. So one more question which is very much asked, that how much DSA is important for a data engineer role at FAANG company or enterprise one company like Microsoft, Amazon or Paytm. So according to your experience, what is the level of DSA required to crack into data engineering role, particularly into data engineering role, not into software engineering I'm talking. So how much DSA is required?
So how far I have given the interview till now with Walmart, Intuit, Google and all. So for me, I did not find it very tough. Like I guess if you know basic of array, linked list and all, you need not to go with dynamic programming and all, very hi-fi and all. If you know basics of these things and they understand your analytics is good.
Right.
Okay, then probably. So, but one of my friend, for her Google interview, it was like little bit tricky, but not with everybody, right?
Right. It
Most
depends
of the
upon luck also, right? Means in
yeah,
data engineering.
sometimes
Yeah.
okay, but for me,
Mhm.
how far and the apart from DSA, nowadays once you are like crossing 5 years or and all, they
Mhm.
are mostly focusing on system design.
Right, right.
Yeah, system design is the thing you can play upon. So system design is very good, and like literally I will ask, like you have to understand. So it's not like system design for software engineering. Again, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to understand the
Yeah,
system
I was
design
going
for
to ask the same questions, that what
yeah.
does system design actually mean in a data engineering interview? Is it like LLD, HLD, or some data pipeline designs? So will you please
No,
elaborate?
no.
Mhm.
So for system design,
Mhm.
first of all, you have to understand what is batch processing and what is streaming. Correct.
Right, right.
So there are two things. One is of course batch processing. One is streaming. Streaming is
Mhm.
of course a very small batches basically.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. There is nothing called live data. How
Mhm.
far I know.
Mhm.
So you have to understand where you have to go with batch processing, where you have
Mhm.
to go with Kafka, I mean for
Mhm.
live, or maybe Spark streaming.
Mhm.
Then for transformation, which is like, with- uh, and again, NoSQL, CAP theorem,
Mhm.
acid properties.
Right.
These things you have to be very, and especially CAP. CAP
Mhm.
is like, if you know CAP, then that. So sometimes, there's a story कि सुई का काम तलवार नहीं कर सकती, तलवार का
Right.
काम सुई नहीं कर
Right.
सकती.
Right. Right.
So when there is a like small kind of like organization, then probably the data is less than even Oracle. You can use simple
Right.
database.
Right.
And when there is a huge companies like Meta, Microsoft, and
Mhm.
all,
Mhm.
then yeah, you have to use a huge amount of storage. So
Mhm.
you have to understand, like, it is a small scale storage, it is a
Mhm.
large scale storage, and
Mhm.
like that. Like if kind of I have heard one example of like pizza shop. Like
Mhm.
agar it's a very small pizza shop,
Mhm.
then you need only one cook. And if it is
Mhm.
very, so your application should be like, it should you know upscale itself,
Mhm.
downscale itself. It should be
Mhm.
like that. It should be
Mhm.
like resilient, so it
Mhm.
should not have any fault tolerant.
Right.
So your storage should be very, resilient
Mhm.
and scalable. So
Mhm.
these things. And there is a book so designing data intensive
Right.
piping or something.
One of the most important book and one most famous book, I can say.
Yes, so that
Yeah.
book, if you go through, you'll like, of course, understand like how to create a data intensive.
Yeah.
So that is very important in system
Right.
design.
Right. Means I also got this type of question, that what should we learn in the system design round of data engineering. So it's like I wanted to convey that design round of data engineering is not like a software engineering system design interview where they will ask you to design a Zomato app, Swiggy, Uber, or something like that. It's like they will ask you to design a data pipeline, and the most
Correct.
of the times they will be judging you that if you have mentioned 5 or 6 framework. So if you just know that this framework, I should plug it there. Like let's suppose you mentioned Apache Druid or Apache Spark. So you should know that if they've asked something, I can plug this framework. And as you
Correct.
already mentioned, that one should understand CAP, like CAP theorem,
Correct.
that consistency, availability, and one should
And
understand
partition.
which particular framework to use at which particular place. So I also experienced the same thing. I cracked a Meta UK interview at the Ukraine war. Then they've not given me the offer, but I also experienced the same thing. That now, so I'm also taking interview at Walmart, and we also follow the same procedure. So system
Correct.
design interview of data engineering, it's not like the system design interview of software engineering.
Correct.
It's much more designing data pipeline. If one know the basic of framework that they are using, then they can simply use it, and
Hmm.
there will not be problem as such. Okay,
Yeah.
these were some of the technical questions. We will not take more time. Let's move to one Bleach round that I have framed. It will be little bit technical. It's like coffee with Karan with one line answer.
Yeah.
So, but we
Rapid
will not,
fire.
yeah, rapid
Rapid
fire.
fire.
But we will not make like coffee with Karan. I don't like. It's very bad. So let's try to be more technical. So I have framed some questions, and you have to say in one word. Let's suppose A or B, so you have to select A or B, or you have to
Yeah.
just say in one line answers. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start our Bleach round. So and they will be trying to focus on technical itself. Okay. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Let's start then. So Python or Scala?
I will go with Python.
Okay. SQL or some drag and drop systems?
SQL.
Tableau, Power BI, or Looker?
Tableau.
Okay. So do
I
you find?
means I might not be very right person because I never worked on.
Ah,
So
okay, cool,
I
cool.
just said like that. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, cool. So do you find data engineering boring or interesting?
yeah, very interesting.
I find it boring. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so commercial or open source?
open source.
Okay. So in prime clusters or cloud?
In Prime Cluster,
Okay. So data warehouse or data lake?
I can say both.
Okay. Snowflake or Apache Spark?
Snowflake.
Okay, cool. So we have kept lesser questions. Yeah, you have done the. There is no hamper here. I cannot give you anything. But yeah,
No,
you
you
I
can send me chocolates. You know me, right? You can send me
yeah.
chocolates.
But at least you will inspire many girls who comes from very normal and humble background, and you can inspire many. And I hope it reaches to masses, and they get to know you. And
Yeah,
moreover, it also reaches. I wish it also reaches to parents, and
yeah,
then they should think about it, and they should think about sending their child, and they should
yeah,
support that, especially girl child, because
yeah,
many of my friends are actually not doing anything. I should not
yeah.
say not doing anything, but I feel they were much talented than me. They could have done better if their parents have supported little bit more. So
Yeah,
and I, yeah.
trust, actually, I will say one more thing. Like,
Mm,
I lost my father in back 2019, but
yeah, sorry.
and it's like time is also like mahal hai. So I remember
Mm-hmm.
my father at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I am, I will
Mm-hmm.
say because of my father.
Right.
His trust on me, you
Mm-hmm.
know, he for every single step now I have taken, and my father was every time appreciated me. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess to improve, you just need appreciation, and
Right.
especially when it
Right.
comes from your parents.
Right.
When I scored like 84% in 10th, so he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"अरे घर पे इतना कोई लेके." I was like, "Pass without English. तुमने
Mm-hmm.
इतना कर दिया, I will buy car." ऐसे.
Right. My father was also same. I was very good in study, but I was in Sainik school. So
Yeah.
I also scored 85 or 86, and he was super happy. I said, "You are done good. Why you are worrying?" It's like,
Yes. Seriously, and his trust on me when I got like engineering, he used to call everybody. मेरी बेटी को मैंने engineering करा रहा हूँ.
right,
मेरी
right.
बेटी IBM में चली गई.
Mhm.
मेरी बेटी घूम. And my mother was like, आप उसको बाहर क्यों घूमने जाने देते हो?
Right.
Why you are letting her go with her friends and all? इतना घूमेगी, लड़की है ना. तो he said, अरे जाने दो, कब सीखेगी? उसको जाने
Right.
दो. So my mother still says कि you are like your father's daughter. So
Right.
yeah, so because of him, his trust on me, when I said the value of my word was so on him, I said, Papa, यार एक last chance दे दो. I did not get placement. If 3 महीने में placement नहीं होता ना, then I'll come back. ठीक है? And he literally
Right.
gave me that chance. Yeah,
Right.
he just listened everything, and he had that trust. Because of his trust, I just cleared this. So I will say like
Right.
all the parents should trust their children's. Be it anything, I
Right.
just don't say like
वो एक गाना है
essentially.
ना.
I have seen some of the people who are like even trying for acting. Yeah.
Right, right, right. वो
कौन
एक
सा
गाना है
गाना?
ना. I was a very big fan of Irfan Khan. So that's the last movie which made me cry. That was the Kuridu Nachne De. That was really good song. So whenever my sister is down, I try to send her this song. Means don't let your wings just close it down. Just open it and just fly. Make 100 mistakes and you will do great in life. That's the thing. Means that song is very much close to
Correct.
me, and yeah, and I hope this will inspire many. I think we have taken more than 40 minutes, but yeah, it was. We are really glad that you agreed to come into the come as a first guest, and we are really glad to have you here. And I hope you will inspire many.
Yeah.
Okay, Prerna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anything for you, uncle. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, goodbye. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Bye. Bye. Take.